The Entrepreneur's Pledge. I am an entrepreneur. I am following a dream, pursuing an opportunity, taking charge of my own destiny. I am bringing something of value to society, making a job for myself and for others, and creating wealth that benefits my family, my community, my country, my world. I am one of a movement of millions of entrepreneurs and innovators who made America great and who will keep our economy going and growing. I am what I am because many people have helped me along this journey. Therefore, and here comes the pledge, I will tell my story, sharing my successes and failures so that others taking the entrepreneurial path can learn. I will strive to mentor an aspiring entrepreneur. I will make my voice heard by those who make policy decisions that affect me and my business. I appreciate and celebrate my accomplishments and the accomplishments of all my fellow entrepreneurs. I will give back to society. I will give back to the society that helped me to be successful. I will build a stronger America. That is a pledge that I actually took 10 years ago while I was visiting the Kauffman Foundation, the world's leading entrepreneurial foundation located in Kansas City. And I was taking the pledge as I was becoming a partner in their Global Entrepreneurship Week, something that I've been involved with since I think 2007 or maybe 2010. I just got an email the other day, and I'll be re-involved for this November's festivities, celebration of entrepreneurship. Oh, I didn't tell you, my name is David, and I'm a 71-year-old stay-at-home grandfather. I'm very pleased and honored that I am able to present to you Dreaming with Entrepreneurs.tv, where we celebrate baby boomers. Pure and simple. Baby boomer, someone born between the years of 1946 and 1964. Today, there are 67 million of us. There used to be 75 million, but we do get older. 67 million. And the AARP has a membership of about 40 million. So they know where those 40 million are. Well, I am looking for another 27 million and the 40 million that AARP knows about. But at any rate, I'm realizing a dream today, actually. A dream that started in 2007. It was the summer of 2007. My son, Jordan, who at that time was a sophomore at the Ohio State School of Marketing, he came home that summer and he said, "Dad, you're not positioning yourself right. You're not marketing yourself, branding yourself right." And after all these years of doing, I said, "Okay, well, what do I need to do?" And he and I went on to develop a strategy of how I was going to rebrand myself, remarket myself. And it all started when I said, well, Dreaming with Entrepreneurs. That's a name that I want to have, because that's my topic of conversation is entrepreneurship and small business. And I'm a marketing and sales expert, and I shouldn't say expert. I'm a marketing and sales creative thinker. I don't want to be labeled an expert, too much pressure, too much stress and tension. We started back with the dream that someday I was going to have a reality TV show that I called Dreaming with Entrepreneurs. And so I immediately invested $3,000 to get a service mark for Dreaming with Entrepreneurs. A service mark is very similar to a trademark, but it's not a product. It's a service, and I had to hire attorneys and a lot of paperwork. But my thought was I wanted to protect the name Dreaming with Entrepreneurs should the day come when we have a reality TV. Well, this is our reality TV, except we're doing it online. And that's the fun and the beauty of it, because with as many people paying attention to their online activity right now, because they're in their homes right now, a lot of folks are probably thinking about doing the same thing that I'm doing right now. But I'm happy that I'm able to do it. Every day, when you come to dreamingwithentrepreneurs.tv, you will see 3 videos. The one video, the top video, will be Dreaming with Entrepreneurs. We'll talk about entrepreneurship. We'll talk about small business, marketing, sales, anything that you want to talk about. We'll talk about one of the greatest business moments in my life was when I met my number one mentor, Brian Tracy. I met him in California as we were part of a Quilly Award winner. I participated in a book project with Brian, and I was very fortunate in that I got on the cover of the book with him. And in our discussion, I had about 1 hour with him. Brian Tracy is the number one expert authority. He is the expert authority on business, on motivation, life coach. Brian has always written over somewhere close to 80 books, probably translated into 50 languages all over the world. Very prolific author, obviously. As we had an hour discussion there, unplanned. It was not a planned situation. Right place, right time. He signed the book that he and I are on the front cover, and saying, "David, you can do it. There are no limits." And that's a message that has resounded with me for a long time. There are no limits. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. And so we will talk about anything you really want to talk about. I'll bring up some suggestions. I might have some interviews in those. I don't like to call them interviews. I might have some discussions with experts in the category, in the industry where we are speaking. Up until about 3 years ago, I was doing that an awful lot on YouTube. At one time I had over 1,000 hours of broadcasts on YouTube on entrepreneurship and small business. Probably half of those hours, half the number of hours, were just talking with folks about whatever. And actually, if you go down two screens, two videos down on the website, there's a discussion, a recent one that I had with my friend Barbara Weltman. We had that discussion January, or probably February, maybe. It was late this year. We usually do that discussion in November. We did it late this year because of all kinds of things happening in my life. But Barbara, what a great thrill it is. Barbara and I have actually been live streaming on the internet for literally 10 years. I've taken her into all kinds. We've used every technology there is to live stream. I was Zooming before it was fashionable to Zoom. I do have a Zoom account, and we will be using it. But Barbara is. I decided in January I wanted to package all of this stuff together and call it My Legacy Story. And it's going to start out as a video, and it could evolve into some written words, a book type thing. We don't know where it's going to go. Wherever it goes, it goes. But I have chapter 1 in My Legacy Story, and a thing that I do called My Legacy Story becomes perhaps your legacy story as you and I meet to do a chapter within My Legacy Story. So that's how it's going to be. Barbara's chapter 2, and it's on My Legacy Story dot. We have to use a different dot there. .site. My Legacy Story .site, and the first one is with Barbara. And I will keep that up. Barbara's discussion that we had for a while. I could go back into my YouTube archive of hours and maybe put something in there, but I'd like to create new content. So if you have an interest in wanting to participate in that project, go to dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com website and find out how you can become a member ambassador, or an ambassador member, whatever you want to call it, where you are getting really involved in the community. We will do a digital, a video interaction. And when I get 100 ambassadors in any one community, I'm actually going to go out and visit with that community. Have to have 100 to go out to visit, but I'll go out and visit, and I'll be out for at least 24 hours, and we'll be doing lots of things and really feeling the spirit of community and the spirit of dreaming with entrepreneurs, and that's what we're all about. Okay, the next video on my web on the TV will always be about David's Baby Boomer Bootcamp. It was never really necessarily a dream of mine, but it is something that evolved over years. About 6 years ago, I became an exercise instructor for seniors. Many of you baby boomers are familiar with Silver Sneakers. I became a certified Silver Sneakers, and a couple of years later, I did some enhanced certification with the YMCA Association. They have a program called Enhanced Fitness. I got certified in that program. So things have been evolving to where they are today. I've actually been working in this concept for, I knew we were going to come to this day probably about a year ago. I started thinking about it. And so there is today, if you go to davidsbabyboomerbootcamp.com, and I'll have links to all this in the description area below this video, you will get, I do an introduction to the program, to the concept. I break down each one of the tools that we use: resistance band, hand weights, leg weights, leg bands, leg resistance bands. We've got some cardio things that we do. That is part of my boot camp, and I'll do the boot camp every morning, probably around 8:30. So you can go to and get your daily workout that day, any day, by just going and seeing what videos we have available. I have broken down all the video. Initially, I've broken down before I did a 55 or 60 minute exercise. I actually broke down the various pieces of equipment that we use and did routines with it. So I show you how all that works. And then starting tomorrow, the next day, we will begin to do 50 to 60 minute routines. I have shorter routines. I will have shorter routines. We're not there. I'm in the process of putting them all together. But as we do exercises, we will then put them, some of them on the website. So you'll have a variety of things that you can go to anytime that you want to go to. We have exercise classes because then people can focus on a given time. You can more easily establish a spirit of community. there's a whole mindset that goes along with it. And by the way, I believe that exercise, particularly as we get older, the mindset becomes more and more critical to the exercise and what we should be doing and how we should be doing it. And I'll try to help you along the way. As I say in my initial video, as a kind of a disclaimer, I only know what I know. Everything that you see that I do, that I share with you, is something that I tried first, see how I reacted to it, see what it did for me personally. Then I brought it into the classroom to see how those folks worked with it and what the challenges were, what they liked, what they disliked. I did a lot of interaction with the folks in my class to find out what it was that worked for them. The baby boomers are not a strange lot. We're a different lot. We're a unique lot. We've been doing things for a long time, and in that time, the greatest thing that has happened in our lives, obviously, is technology. How technology has changed the way that we live, and we're basic. We do the things, and I want feedback. I want feedback from you. David, this worked. David, this didn't work. Why are we doing this? If we can get one-on-one, you can text me. I've got my phone number down there. I prefer a text or an email. I'm at the bottom of any of our websites. We have 4 websites: dreamingwithentrepreneurs.tv, dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com, davidsbabyboomerbootcamp.com, mylegacystory.site. So I try to move traffic and move people in between those sites, but I found out the best way to tie them all together is our TV page, our TV site, where we do the different themes. So that's what's going to happen, and the content will change daily. There'll be, if I might change all 3 videos, I might not have the opportunity to change all 3 videos, 2 of the 3, whatever. There will be constant change every day. I will do a Dreaming with Entrepreneurs broadcast every day, but I'm toying with the idea of seeing how I can do a Facebook Live discussion and then get it onto the site. I'm not sure. I haven't done too much with Facebook, and I really struggle with their technology. Of all the stuff I do, I've never had a bigger struggle in my life than I have with Facebook. Their technology does not like me at all, and I have to re-sign up and give a new password, and oh my goodness, it never stops with them. But I'm trying to figure out if we can use inside of their technology, inside on their website, and then bring it over to mine. I know I can create a YouTube, because I'm in a YouTube studio right now, and then I just capture the link from that YouTube video, and I paste it. I copy it wherever. I paste it wherever I want to. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I'm so excited about what we are doing that finally, I've got a reality TV online broadcast. But we're going to have a lot of fun, and I hope you will join us. Remember, anytime you have a question or comment, you can always go to the contact us form at the bottom of all the sites, all the pages, and just fill it out. It comes to me directly. I will read it. I will respond to it. You have my guarantee on that. And then other ways you can contact me. So I try to make myself as accessible as possible, because the feedback that you give me is as important as what I am presenting to you. I strongly feel that and feel that way, and that's just basically how we operate. So thank you for your time again. Hopefully, I'll be able to thank you for your participation and interaction in our Dreaming with Entrepreneurs community. I'll see you real soon. Take care.